good evening. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing absolutely fine. And this is going to be a new and efficient live streaming whereby we are going to do a VMware installation on a Windows machine. And after installing VMware, start we are going to start creating virtual machines. But before to that, going back to the intro, coming back in a while. Okay, so we are going to install VMware Workstation Pro 17.5 and I'm going to activate it because I have the license key. Where do I get the license key and how did I get it? I will tell you in the next video. So let's move on now. Let's go to the screen share and let's start doing the installation. So the first thing first you can see is you can see the screen and here is VMware installation. Here is VMware installation window and this is VMware Workstation Pro. So where are we going to install VMware? We are going to install inside VMs and here you will see there is a folder called VMware. We are going to install inside this so that it will be safe and sound. So without doing any further delay, let's do it. Because it has got a run as administrator symbol, so we'll do it run as administrator and we will install that. So this I'm installing inside a Windows 11 host. Inside that I will create a Windows 11 VM and a Windows Server VM and inside which we will play games and other things. So now you stay tuned and watch this how we do and what do we do, and during the process if anything that is required to explain I will explain, but for now just keeping quiet. So you will do next, accept license, next. So this becomes the default one, but I will change the path to this because I don't want there, I want inside this. So I will install it, I will do it next. I don't want this, I don't want the experience program. So I will do it, I'll say desktop and start menu, I'll just say desktop and do the installation. So it's as simple as that. So once this installation is done, we will just open up and do the registration part, putting the license key and all, and then we will set up the whole thing, make sure everything is proper and simple. There are two ways that we can create that. One, which where you create the VM from scratch and then you run. One, you make the adjustment, like you have a clone VM, you can clone it or you can do that, or you can migrate it from there and you can import here. But the problem is a clone VM, can it be worked as an import? I'm not sure, so let's see how it can be. Okay, we'll try to locate that to a file which will be like have an existing virtual machine and we'll try to pull it. If it works it will be great, if it doesn't work then it will be like we have to create a new. Okay, so it's now finished. There are two options. You can finish or you can get to license. So you go to license, and as shown in the txt file, this has worked, it is saying. So let us copy this license, and we are going to this one, and we are pasting here the license key. We pasted, enter, finish. So close, and then open VMware and just check whether it has worked or not. If it has worked, then it should be great. If it hasn't worked, it will be different. So I want to check the about VMware. So you see here it is written VMware Workstation Pro 7, Workstation 17 Pro 17.5 build, licensed, volume, no expiration. This total memory is this one. This UI log file is this one. You can change the log file settings. So the first thing first is scan for a virtual machine, configure auto start, close virtual machine, new window, edit virtual network editor. Virtual network editor, basically you can create all your network settings, all the networks that you can create. We will go to preferences, and workspace default location for virtual machine. We will change this location to our created path, which is virtual machine. So we'll keep it here. Okay, inside this you will keep, and we are saying default hardware compatibility is default 5. Save a screenshot to clipboard or this. We can give a location, browse for custom location. So what I'm thinking is, let's go here, VMs virtual machine. Inside the virtual machine we'll make a folder, no, not folder, but we'll give it screenshots, VM screenshots. Okay, so that will be the folder name where it will go and save the files. So saved login information, offer to save login information for remote host. So there is no login information which are saved. You can save it later once you create a virtual machine. Input, grab keyboard and mouse, input on key press and mouse click. I'll switch that to key press. Hotkey, control and shift. So I will remove control. I will only keep control. I'll remove hold, alt. So to release control from the current virtual machine, press control. To enter in full screen, control plus enter, control plus left. This display, unity, USB, none, USB update. Memory, how much host RAM should the system be able to reserve for all running virtual machine? Allow some virtual machine memory to be swapped. Priority normal devices. Okay, so that all done. So this is computer. Under this we should be able to remove non-existent virtual machine. You can remove. You can create a folder. Now under this folder we cannot create. So I will remove this folder. Okay, so now we will try to find a virtual machine. Okay, so basically I'm trying to send it to a path location just to check, huh? Not to create, but just to check. Just to check if this can detect a VM. Okay, so this is detected. It's a clone of Windows 11 that we can import, and we can rename everything. So yeah, I mean, should I do now? Should I do later? What it is, I am not sure. But this was basically for installation. But let me just do this one is like bring Windows 11 VM into this one and see if it works out for you. If that works out, then it would be great. Windows 11 next. Uh, Head to library, browse my computer. Acha, if I create a folder here, it should be adding into that folder. So let me create a folder and say name it as Windows. Okay, let me scan for a virtual machine. Going further, I'm going back and forth. I know, guys, but I want to make it in a proper way. Okay, next, browse. Okay, I chose Windows, so it will save into that. Next, close. Now rename this one. Okay, so now mm, let me change the view, dark mode, light mode, where I will get, I am looking into settings. Okay, there's only one disk. Okay, there's only one disk. There's no option virtual machine name. We will remove it, clone of Windows 11, but we will just keep Windows 11. We are inside this working directory. Suspend and snapshot file will be stored here. So we will try to make it a working directory to in Windows. Okay, virtual machine Windows. Inside that you add a new folder, Win 11. Okay, so suspend and snapshot will be there. Enhanced keyboard. No, this will be this. Shared folder. Always map as a network drive. We will be linking a shared folder. Okay, sharing folder. Next, enable snapshot. Okay, done. Now, if you see, this is created in a older version, so it is asking upgrade this virtual machine because it was made in 17 and this is 17.5. So if I upgrade this virtual machine to 17.5, I won't be able to downgrade. So if I power on, this is having a single disk. So what we will do is we'll add one more disk so that we can install the apps and softwares inside that one. So for that reason, I will go to here, add a hard disk, NVMe, and create a new disk. I will say of 64 GB and I will name this as, okay, so there is a new 64 GB disk is there. So this is the primary disk. This is going to be the secondary disk. I can give the name here. Okay, so this is done. So let's go and let's install the VMware. So power on this machine. The virtual machine is encrypted using old encryption algorithm. You can upgrade to latest supported encryption mode. Please note that the upgrade key break backward compatibility, which means that the virtual machine after upgrade may not work on older version. But so I will say don't upgrade and I will ask the VM to power on. So once the VM is powered on, we will install the particular thing. So this is what I am just showing. Once I power on, I am just showing to you how it can be workable, because it's a VM already there. The VM is already there available. That's why this is so easy. You don't have to do if you have already a VM. Basically, I tried to cover two things in one live stream. One, installing VMware, which is a very small and soft software. The second one is where how we uh, imported a clone VM inside this one, and then we renamed and everything, and we created a folder structure and everything, and then we will now be connecting and checking whether this Windows 11 is activated or not, and if it is activated, then we will install OBS Studio, Steam, and then we will start playing the game. But for safer side, and making it more robust and things easier, I will put it in the main system of my laptop, so that I can work. So it will take time and getting ready and all. So that's all the overall process of getting a Windows VM ready. But this is not on the installation of the Windows VM, but this is basically about how to import a Windows VM or clone a Windows VM. I will show you how to create a Windows VM once that is completed, and I will do that one. For now, I'm just waiting for the Windows to boot and the Windows to start. Okay, so the Windows to boot, the Windows to start, it will start up, it will do a lot of cleanup and other thing, and then it will boot up. So I'm just waiting for that. Until then, this is Siddharth signing off for now. Hopefully, you would have got some kind of understanding about this particular way of creating the VM and making sure it works out for you. So let's see and how it works. Let's see. Let's have a screen. So that's Windows 11 screen, and now I can log in with the PIN, because as you know, Windows 11 logs in with PIN. So you just give your PIN and it works. Make sure you don't give a wrong PIN, and if you forget the PIN, then there is no way that you can reset here. Compared to Windows 11, I will be honest, I am more comfortable with Windows Server, because Windows Server has got a very good advantage of doing. So now it's time for us to go to full screen, and not full screen is a bad idea. Okay, so let's see whether the Windows is activated or not. So how do you check is go to File Explorer, right click. Or you can open the setting also. Little slow because of the stream and all. Okay, so I'm waiting for the settings icon to open and we can configure, but to some extent it is becoming slow. Basically, I just want to check whether it is activated or not. Windows is activated or not. Just to check that I am doing. But yes, because it is in an old format of VMware, which is 17, that's why it is becoming a bit difficulty and all. So privacy and security, Windows Update, activation, activation setting. If you see this one, if Windows is activated or not, you have to expand that one. But ultimately, because it is slowing down, we will have to reform. We will have to upgrade it to the newest version of that one. So sorry. So if you see, I'm trying to open, but it is taking too long time. Whether the percentage is slow, the RAM is slow, or something. If you see, Windows is active, and if you see the drop down, Windows is activated using an organization ID, which means Windows 11 is active. Now let's see whether a shared folder is connected or not. Okay, so uh, yeah, so shared folder is connected, and I hope you would be able to access it. Okay, sharing folder, we have some information. Okay, so there are certain files that we have, but unfortunately, Windows 11 and activation and run file is there to run and install. Okay, so that's all for this particular cute little blog. Now we will install a lot of things, but I also have to discover why I'm not getting that one, and I have to increase the speed of this VM also. I should be getting a 2 disk, but I'm not getting another volume. So if I check here, okay, so this disk is there, but it is offline. So now we will configure it, and the disk will be allocated online but unallocated. So we will create a volume, new simple volume, and with every version of VMware this takes. So where it will ask consolidation required, sometimes it will ask you that this particular VM is slow, or upgrade this VM to the next possible compatibility. So it's always better to upgrade. But the problem is, once you upgrade this, any other VM where you want to transfer this, that won't run, because there it will be a new version and here it will be a different version. So different hardware compatibility will not run. But this is a great way to kind of do some coding, some projects, some practice work. That will be great to do, because that this is very interesting and very fun. Now this configuration window is taking time because we are trying to do as per the old hardware compatibility rather than upgrading the virtual machine to the newest one. That's why we are facing the issue. So we'll finish this process, and then we will shut down the VM, power of the VM, and then we'll go and we'll upgrade that VM to a different one, and then we'll rename that one, and making sure that this works for us. Okay, so I think that is done. So let's do that. Yes, the consultation is done, reading is done. So I generally prefer it to give some other name. So I'll give it as an F letter, and then I will give it as like, okay, so the new volume is created. So that's it. It is doing removing older version of this application, because now please wait while Windows configure VMware tools. So it is trying to do VMware tools, and it is doing a new linkage. So here you can see we have C drive, we have F drive, and we have Z drive. Z is basically a shared host, and Windows. So this folder works like a way for us to fill up the information from host to virtual machine. It's trying to remove the old configuration, configure VMware tools file, and trying to put the new one. So we'll upgrade that one, and then we'll also check for Windows upgrade and all that. One second, guys, I will be back. Okay, looks like, sorry guys, that was a small break I have gone through, and I'm sorry if you are seeing this screen, but I don't have any other option but to check about the stream settings. So I'm just trying to check how about my stream quality and what information that is going on. So yeah, that is how I'm doing. So make sure this goes down. Okay, and making sure that it works out, it makes an impact for me, and I've reduced the volume. So let's go and let's check our this one. So I'll close this one. So this is a updated. Now let me check. Okay, so I'll reinstall the VMware tools just to check if that works out for this machine or not. There it comes. I will run this and install that virtual machine. Close this part. I will say yes. Okay, so it's a very simple thing. Modify. Everything is same. Just change. Okay, it's done. So because the VM is already old one and we just reinstalled, and that's it. Nothing else to do. Yeah, I mean, you can go to snapshot manager. We haven't taken any snapshot, so we will switch off now. We'll take the snapshot. For now, we will just check whether our VM is having that one, and you can see the VM is responding a bit slow. So we'll upgrade this and we'll enhance that, and then we'll come back. So for now, yes, we have two this one, and there's a DVD drive which we need to hide, and the SharePoint folder is connected. So let's get back to it. Let's power off the VM. So I am powering off the VM because it's a Windows 10, Windows 11 machine. I can easily power off, and also we are trying to upgrade this and change the hardware compatibility because we see it's 8 GB, but because it's slow, we'll just upgrade it to the upper level. Alter this, create a new clone of the of this virtual machine. Already we have this clone of this old virtual machine, so we'll say just alter this virtual machine, change the hardware configuration of this virtual machine. Some hardware capability may removed. Okay, so changes to apply new virtual machine session will be 17.5. We will do finish. I'll reconfigure virtual machine, consolidating disk, done, close. Now you will see you don't find that one because you will see the compatibility mode has gone to workstation 17.5.11. So it is auto detecting, and configuration file is on this part. So that's why it is. So that's pretty much about it. And yes, now that we have done this, let's go to the snapshot manager and take a snapshot. Snapshot 1, press install and press install. This is an absolutely blank copy of VMware, sorry, of Windows Windows 11 VM, and we are going to install Steam Steam in we are going to install several softwares. Okay, so whenever you want to restore, you can always come and you can always do the restore, but you need to be powered off. Every step, every software that you install, you can always take a snapshot and you can back this snapshot, so that any case if you need to restore anything, you can always do the restore. Now, if you remember, we took the different part to store the snapshot files, right? If you see, backup is about filled up with so much of data because we have got so much of softwares available here. Now these two works done, we will just delete it because we already have a copy here, which we don't want to keep. In VMs, I kept virtual machine, and inside Windows 11, and you see here clone of Windows 11 snapshot, and Windows 11 is there. All the disks are there, and the clone of snapshot 1 is there. Clone of Windows 11 snapshot 1. So this is basically the snapshot that we have taken. So that's how it is going to be, and because TPM is present, so that will be there. So this is the description of the VM, that removing TPM will render all inscription data on this virtual machine unrecoverable. So we are not removing TPM. TPM is a part of Windows 11, so we'll keep it. So now that ends up the whole talking point for this, and now let's see if the speed has increased or it is still the same. So this comes always, so you just do it, and we will see if the VM connects faster or goes by the same time. By the way, this OBS is running from Windows host, the original Windows laptop, and if you see till yet it's 60 frames per second. We're only utilizing about 4% CPU, 4.5% CPU, but we have not dropped any frames. Okay, so OBS automatically captures it, and here comes the Windows, and you see it has become much faster as compared to the previous one. You can go ahead and you can slightly adjust the RAM. You can increase it to 10 also if it works for you. So anything can be done, but for now, this much is what I have done. So yeah, a couple of softwares are there, but I don't feel comfortable in installing on this, because this will again slow down the system, and the Windows host I don't want to modify. So I will try to do that possible thing, but if it works out only, otherwise I won't be. So let me check if that can be done or not. Let me check if that can be done or not. Okay, so let us check control panel first. Okay, so I'm not going to ease of access, but I think we have to go to
Always scan this section.
speech recognition, but before taking the speech we also need to check the microphone setting, which is whether it is enabled in the settings or not. Okay, microphone, search for microphone. Okay, so microphone setup, English United States. Set up your microphone for speech recognition. Get started. It's checking what are the voice packages it has installed. You can add a voice package. So it is Microsoft David, Jira, Mark. So you can go for Mark's voice, and I'm marking that also, and then I'm making get started. So we will start for this one. So detecting problem, voice for Microsoft Jira, no, Microsoft this, set up microphone for recognition. Okay, we are doing a setup for microphone. Okay, English United States is installed.
You have selected Microsoft David as the default voice. You have selected Microsoft Mark as the default voice.
Okay, Mark's voice looks better. Now let's get started setting up microphone. Let it detect some problem, and then we will do what it takes. Okay, we need to check whether Cortana is there or not. Okay, Cortana is there and it should open. Hey, hi Cortana. Hello. it. Look at this, guys, how the problem happens here and all that. You can see how difficult it is. So now Cortana is back here. We go to advanced option. Okay, we go, we configure, set, terminate, reset. If this app isn't working, we can try to repair it. The app data won't be affected. Okay, so let us check if that works out. Peter talks to his computer. He prefers it to typing and particularly prefers it to pen and paper. Hi Cortana. Hey Cortana. Okay, how to enable? Go to start menu bar, type Cortana and select the best match. When the Cortana app opens, click on sign in and log in with your Microsoft account. Finally accept and continue. Enable Cortana via the task manager. Control Shift delete task manager. Controls alternatively Control Shift escape. From the startup tab, now right click on Cortana and select enable. Okay. Task manager. So task manager. Open the task manager now. Okay, startup apps, Cortana. Okay, currently Cortana is disabled. We are enabling. Okay, enabled. Microsoft Teams not required. Disable. VMware tools, Windows security. This one. Okay, done. Hey Cortana. Okay. Cortana. Okay, so we are trying to repair Cortana because even after giving permission, it looks like Cortana is not able to hear us. So I'm running the reset procedure whereby it is going to repair and see whether Cortana works or not now. Okay, so looks like Cortana has got some issue and I'm trying to fix that. You can see I'm just following different tutorials and I'm trying to fix that one. Okay, so how to fix is Okay, looks like I've done everything, but Cortana app is not working. So let me investigate and let me come back to you. Till then, hopefully this was a great learning for you, and in terms of understanding, it was a great point. I don't want to keep it on hold because it's almost going to be 3 to 5 minutes that we have done, and the VM has landed up in some issue. Hey, Cortana is not able to listen me and all that, so I just have to fix that and check what is the wrong in this permission and all. So till then, I shall be back with a new blog. This blog I'm closing here. Thank you very much for watching, and do love the stream and share.